Hey! Right, so here we go. Here's your lovely new van. As I've said, my name's Owen. I'll be your demonstrator for today. From what Jack says, you're brand new to caravanning.
Well, he's done a bit, but I haven't.
Not really. Something. So perfect. What I'll literally do then, I'll talk you through all the bits that I've got here. I'll talk about sighting and level in your van, and then I'll talk through all the features externally. Then we'll jump inside, we'll talk about everything inside. And then afterwards, I'll look you up to the car and we'll test your lights and your electrics and everything for you. Good. Okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. So, first odd bits we've got here, it's obviously your power cable, your step, you've got a hitch lock which goes over the front, you've got your waste master, your Aperol, your waste pipes, toilet chemicals. Okay? So they're all your bits that are included for your starter pack for you. Okay? And these bits will make sense as I'm talking around, and you'll see my bits that I've got attached to your van already. Okay? So, onto the actual front of the caravan itself. So the first one is your stabiliser hitch. So this needs to be a grease-free and a paint-free tow ball. So have you got a brand new tow ball fitted to that? No, it's an older one. I'll have a check of it anyway and just make sure it's in good condition for you. We've then got underneath is your main hitch, your breakaway cable. Handbrake is as simple as handbrake off, handbrake on. Simple as that. Jockey wheel winds up and down, and then you can raise and lower it on the handle on the side. But all of this will make more sense when I hook it up to the car for you afterwards. Okay, we've then got 13 pin, so that's for your lights and your electrics. And then also you've got ATC, which is just on the front here. Now what the ATC is an automatic stability aid for your caravan. How it works, it senses if you're getting a bit of a snake on in the caravan, and what it'll do is automatically apply the brakes to stabilise the van for you. So all you'll feel in the car is the caravan tugging at you behind. And all it's doing...
Doing alter each wheel individually?
It tends just to break both the wheels, and all it does, it slows the motion of the caravan down for you. And once it's stable behind you, you're off and you just carry on. But all you'll notice, don't be alarmed if you feel the caravan tugging at you, it's just the brakes kicking in, so it's stabilised it for you. Okay? Right. Now for the ATC, there's like it goes through a light sequence, but again, I'll talk more about that when I hook it up to the car for you. Okay?
Yeah.
So, into the gas locker on the front. I've already put your leg winder in here for you, so you've got a brand new leg winder as well. And then it is your gas bottle and your pigtail, so you're all attached, ready to go.
For gas.
All you need to do is just simply turn your bottle on. That's it. When you're not using it, just simply turn it off. Okay? There is
that our bottle?
Yeah, brand new bottle in and ready to go for you. There is a gas shutoff valve at the back here, but that's more for when the guys are safety checking your van. So for yourselves, just literally just turn your gas on and off from the bottle. Okay?
Yeah.
Happy so far?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll mosey on down the side. So, first thing we come across is the vent for your Aldi heating system. Now this has got your 10 litre hot water tank as well as your central heating. It's all integrated in one boiler. So it'll run on gas, electric, or gas and electric at the same time. No cover to remove. All it is don't lean anything up against there because a lot of heat's expelled out of it when it's in full.
So is this the new heating?
Yes, yeah, you've got central heating inside your van.
From water?
This is blown heating though, isn't it?
No?
No,
central
I didn't
heating,
think it was.
You've got central heating.
Yeah,
if you give me a choice between something that goes coughs a bit of air or a giant radiator, I know which one I'm having.
Well,
and you've got the giant radiator.
He said that.
Yeah, but he said no. That's but he needs another job.
Well, just don't worry about it then. Happy days.
That's fine.
Happy days then.
So you need another job.
That's fine.
So,
that's another battery, new battery.
Yeah, brand new battery fitted in, ready to go for you. Let me just move that bucket.
So, do we do anything with this?
No, all it is not to lean anything up against that bit of the fan. Okay, so next one down, water in, that's just as easy as squeeze the trigger, gentle wiggle, as he says, come on, and off it comes. Then all it is particle filter on the end. Obviously it'll be your Aperol, this is just mine for now. Yeah. All you simply do is drop it in, pop it into the water and click it in.
So my old pump's not good for that one,
no, you don't need it, that's yours with it. This is all, you've got everything you need with this caravan to hook it on your car and go off on holiday.
I've got a brand new pump, but it's not that tight.
Yeah, I'll show you, it's an onboard pump inside here. So it's the onboard pump which sort of draws it up, that's just the pipe as such.
Oh, alright.
Okay, so then as you say, yeah, brand new 110 amp leisure battery that's fitted in, ready to go for you. You've then got next door, you've got your 240, your mains hookup, as well as the black isolated key for your motor mover, but I'll give you a quick demonstration in that. And then below, if you look at the white circle thing there, that's an external satellite or an external aerial feed.
Right.
So you can run either a satellite cable or a TV aerial cable into here, and I'll show you where it comes out inside the fan for you.
Rather than going through a window.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that is.
Hey, that's what we used to do with other
Yeah.
one.
So,
The window.
fridge vents, nothing exciting. I've got it running on gas at the minute, so a lot more heat comes out this one end, but heat's exchanged through the back. It's no different than our fridges at home. All it is we don't walk around the back of our fridges at home.
That's right.
Okay.
We're not cleaning them, are we?
So, next one down. Let's move that out of the way. Next one down, obviously where my bucket is your waste outlets. So that's where your two grey waste pipes go on, and then obviously your waste master down here. Now what it is, your Akerol's 40 litres. Sorry. The Akerol's 40 litres, your waste master's 50. So what you'll find 9 out of 10 times, if you've emptied your Akerol, it's time to empty your waste master as well. But if you go and stay at our lovely love to stay at the top up there, you've got a fully serviced pitch. So what I get is a longer length of pipe, and all you can do is pull that pipe off, put a longer one on, and you can run the drain straight to there, straight to a drain on the pitch. So there's no need for your waste master.
That's that pitch you promised me last night that we never got.
Where up on the love to stay.
Yeah, he said we could stay there last night with it. But we couldn't get last night anyway, could we?
Yeah.
We couldn't get there.
So it's still on
Make sure you have the free night off, Jack, because I'm not just saying this because I work for the company. It is the best caravan site in Shropshire. It is amazing up there.
right.
It will ruin every other caravan site you go to.
He does owe me that, so we will be asking for that.
Yeah. Please make sure you do, because until you go up there and see it, you won't realise how special it is up there. So it's well worth seeing.
Okay, we'll go there.
So next one down. Have you had a flush tank before in your caravan? Yeah, so pink liquid in the top, you've obviously got your pink liquid there, and then the good old business end downstairs, and then it's obviously your blue chemical for your toilet cassette.
I don't
Are
do
you,
that.
are you happy for the use of your toilet cassette?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're happy on that. All I want to show you is the drain off for this tank. Just sits in the top as a lovely rubber hose.
All right, yeah.
And all you need to do is pull that bung out and you can drain the contents of this tank down. Now the only times you do that, A, is winter time. Obviously you need to get all the fluids out of the van, so drain it down. B, the other thing is if you filled it up and not hardly use it, I would drain the majority of it off, because there is a chance when you're going down the road it can slosh out inside. So all I carry is, you know them big square squash bottles? I'll use one of them, drain it off into the bottle, stick the bottle back in my gas locker, so next time I go away all I need to do is get the
So
liquid
don't
out.
have it full when you're moving along.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. So I'll pop that back in there for you, pop that back in, and it's just the handle here that locks it into place.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Happy?
You got that, Lish?
Yeah?
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
So, round the back. Number plate. Have you got a number plate with you?
No.
No, he's getting as well.
You're making
He's
a
just
plate,
making
Jack?
us one.
Good lad. So on the back end, obviously your two back legs are on the back. That's about as exciting as it gets. Obviously we'll check your lights and we'll get your number plate on. Now handles, you notice you've got handles on the back and the front of your caravan. If you do ever want to push it and pull it around, always use your handles, because you find if you're pushing on the bodywork, you can crack the panels. Okay. Sorry, not too much excitement there. Now, you've got the lovely caravan store on there.
Yeah.
I would love to tell you all about it and tell you the wonders of it. The only one thing I can tell you is if you've got it out and you're going out for the day, please put it away.
Put it away.
I did have to go up to the site and rescue someone's caravan that had gone out for the day. They'd left it out and the wind had got underneath it, and by the time we got there it was on the roof of their caravan. So they're not designed, they're designed as a temporary,
Yeah, temporary.
when you're with it. But if you're going out for the day, 100% please just roll it back in.
Yeah.
For the 5 minutes it'll take you to roll it back in, it's well worth it.
Okay.
There is other bits and things with it. I know absolutely nothing about it, but the gentleman in the shop, if you do want them to give you a rundown, just stick your head in the shop, ask them, and they'll quite happily come out and give you a quick demonstration of it. I don't want to show you the wrong things for it, you see, because
Yeah.
I've never used one. So all I know is when you have got it out, if it's a windy day and you're not about, please just roll it back in.
Yeah.
Okay. We've then got your first cupboard. So this is underneath your bed. You've got your spare wheel inside here. So rather than getting it out from underneath, it's damn sight easier to get it from there. But the main thing with these cupboards, don't watch what you're putting in here for travelling. So don't shove the kids in here for when you're travelling.
I know who he's going to put in. Me dog.
Yeah.
No comment. So for these cupboards, just keep it to a minimal for travelling. But obviously when you get on site, you can cram whatever you want in there. But just for travelling, keep it to a bare minimum. Things like some light chairs or maybe your bedding or something like
So
that.
put the chairs and that inside there.
Anything heavy, put between the axles, between the wheels. And anything light, fair enough, you can put it in here, but just watch it. You'll know if you've opened or if you've unstabled the caravan, because she'll be tail end happy when you're going down the road. So if you pull off, you get down the road, she's wagging her tail, just pull over and have a look. You may just want to move a few things around and try and get the heaviest things in between the axles across the middle.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Lovely. So we'll move on down. I'll do your door next. You have got a lovely catch on your door. Now, if you've got any visitors around, especially if you've had a couple of them, please show them that door catch at the top. Because what you'll find is they'll come along, pull it once, it won't come, so they'll rag it again. You either find you snap this or you snap that off the van. Okay, so just show them that release catch at the top. Okay? So, wheels and tyres, Swift make it really easy and put all the details here for us. So it's 62 psi per tyre, and it's also 130 newton metres for your wheel nuts. Now, they've been talked in the PDI. I've talked them again for you today, but then from today onwards, it's down to yourselves to be checking. So please, before you set off on a long journey,
Has this got a tracker on?
I wouldn't know on that. Jack's the one to ask on that.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I get a bit confused between some of the years of them when they didn't have them on sort of thing. But
Yeah.
if you ask Jack, he can soon
I'm
look
just
into
thinking
it
of
for you.
things coming into my head, and if I don't get it out,
Yeah, no,
I'll forget.
perfect. We've then got external 240, so external power source. You've also got external barbecue point, so you can run your mains gas outside. And then, inside your front locker here, only thing I want to show you here is your lovely alarm box. So for your alarm system, it's got a tilt sensor, so if anyone picks your van up in the air, it'll trigger the alarm. Also, it's got a motion sensor internally, so if anyone walks in, it'll also trigger your alarm system. Now, when that system's fully charged up, even if you take your leisure battery away, it's got 3 months worth of battery supply in there.
So if anybody tries to take it, the alarm will go off.
Yeah,
And we don't have to do anything with it.
yeah, you need to set the alarm, but I'll show you that on your
Oh,
keys
right,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but as I say, when that's fully charged, it'll last 3 months, even with your battery taken away. But obviously, with your leisure battery included, it will certainly extend that life. So probably 4 or 5 months, depending on your
Should
battery.
we, when we park it up and that, is it advisable to leave it plugged into mains to keep it charged
Where are you keeping it?
on the drive?
Yeah, I would do. I wouldn't charge it up, but I would every week or so. Just plug it in maybe for a couple of days, and I'll show you inside where you can check the battery. But all it is when you've got the mains plugged in, it's running a battery charger, recharging up the 12-volt battery for you. Okay, but I'll show you that inside. So yeah, if you've got it at home, just plug it in, say once a week, charge it up, and off you go. Okay? Or leave it plugged in, and then when the young uns sneak in at night, they don't have to go up the stairs, you can just say sleep in the caravan. Leave a note stuck on the front door.
Lovely.
Right, that's about it for the outside, unless you've got any other questions.
Steve, have you?
No, all that, apart from that.
Motor mover? Yeah, I'll do the mover for you afterwards.
Yeah.
It's easy,
Yeah.
we'll do it. I'll do sighting and levelling and the mover once we're done inside. Okay, happy?
Yeah, lovely.
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 Right, come on, we'll get it. Oh, Mum's on the phone.
Oh, she's happy there. She is.
Is Mum on the phone? Is it alright? I've got quite a loud voice though. Don't know what's that, Mum.
You'll be right. You're half deaf.
You are. There's only one thing, Mum.
Sing, by the way.
Yeah.
I want to go underneath that bench.
Oh, let's go on the other
Sorry.
round.
Do you want me to go outside?
You can sit. No, you can sit on there.
What
Come
did
on,
you
you can
want?
join in this as well.
Wind the handle, put battery drum.
But what?
Legs.
You want a windy handle for the legs?
I want
Yeah,
the
one that goes in the drill. We sell them in the shop.
Oh, right.
It's got to be a man treat. It's a man thing. It is. We need them. We need them. These manual leg winders are old has-beens.
You can
women.
come to our
Hey,
house.
come on. Can I squeeze in? Just move down that little bit. I don't want to sit on your knee. I don't even know your
She won't
name yet.
mind. This is Barbara.
Nice to meet you, Barbara. So, underneath here,
You look
first thing
good.
I'm going to show you, in the top corner, that's your Aldi central heating system and your 10-litre hot water boiler. It's all integrated in that unit at the top. There's nothing to switch on and off. I'm just literally showing you where the unit is. Next one down, there's your onboard water pump. And you see the lovely little yellow tap here that's sitting flat at the minute? Can you see it? That one there?
Yeah.
That's your drain off tap. So to winterise the van, to drain your system down, all you need to do is lift that tap up and then go round and leave your taps open. And what that will do is drain all the water out your taps, all the water out your boiler, and literally dump all the water underneath the van for you. So all that means that in winter time, there's no water in your system to freeze up and crack your pipes. Now, some people do that after every trip out, where others just tend to winterise it in sort of late September, that sort of time. But it's totally your preference, whether you want to drain it down or leave it in. Okay?
What's the white bit?
White bit, that's just like a suppression unit, so it tries to control the flow of the water, so it doesn't splutter quite so much. It will always splutter to start with, but obviously once you've got the water in the system, it'll just be a constant flow then for you. Right, the blue box is the computer for your motor mover, and then the lovely grey one here is your consumer unit. So this is sort of the powerhouse for the van. Now, on the top, yeah, for your electrics, the black one there isolates off your 12-volt system, that one there.
Yep.
So what you can do when you've got it on your drive is just switch that off and it'll limit the drain off that battery for you. But then when you want to come and charge it up, you will have to come and switch that back on and then just plug your mains lead into it.
Alright.
Okay, moving across the top, we've then got the lovely red one. Now that's just a reverse polarity light. That's letting you know if it's lit up that the power is reversed externally. The only times really you'll get that is if you take it on the continent, because the French and Germans are a bit backwards to us, and their positives, their negative, and positive are the opposite way around, if you get what I mean. So if that lights up, it's just letting you know there's a problem with the power externally, and then it's either an adapter or a rewire of your leads.
Right.
Okay, we've then got battery charger, which I would just leave on because that is only active when you're plugged into the mains. So just leave that one on, and then you know if you have switched this one off, all you need to do is just switch that one back on. And then we've also got your heating and hot water. Again, that heating and hot water, all that's doing is sending the power to the control panel that's up by your head there. So again, just leave that one on, there's no need to switch it off. And the white one on the end is exactly as it says, it's just spare. So it's just there to look good. Okay, we've then got 12-volt fuses and 240 breakers, but they're all labelled up nicely on here. So 12-volt fuses, 240 breakers. So any electrical problems, this is your first port of call as such. Okay, happy with that?
Brilliant.
Are you all right with that, Steve?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, no.
yeah, fantastic. So next thing I'll do, I'll come above the door next. Oh, get off Barbara's knee. So above the door now, really complicated control panel.
Right, have
Are
you
you
got this
ready?
leash?
Are you ready for this? Power off. Power on.
Right,
There you go. It's as complicated as that.
right.
For the rest of the panel now, what you'll see when it switches on, the one in the lightning strike here is letting us know we're running off the mains, and the one inside the van is letting us know we're on the leisure battery. So when you initially switch on and you're on a site plugged in, they are the three lights you want to see.
Three
You've
lights
got them
you
three
wanna
lights
see.
on, poof, you're off and ready to go.
It's not recording, Steve.
What a Jonesy.
It was, it's just gone off again.
Oh,
It does.
say
Again-
again, 3 lights.
Yeah,
They're
I
the
know.
3 lights.
Yeah, so your power, leisure battery, mains electric. They're the three you want to see on when you're on a site. Okay, rest of the buttons on here, you've got view levels, which just shows you the condition of your leisure battery. So that's what I said, if you've got it on the
This
drive,
battery.
yeah, and you want to check your battery, all you need to do is come in here, switch your panel on, press view levels, and it will show you the charge inside your leisure battery there for you.
Yeah.
Okay, then we've also got water pump, and all that does is power your pump up, but as you can hear, it's not doing anything now, because we've already pressurised up your system. All it will, the only times it will run now is either A, if you're asking for water, or B, if you've run out of water externally. So imagine if you've run out of water, the system will be looking for water to repressurise. All you need to do is come in here, switch your water pump off, refill up your Akerol, come back in here, switch your water pump on, and then simply pull water through your taps. And when you pull it through, it's cold tap first, shut it off, round to the hot side and run it through the hot. Once you've got constant running water on both sides, that's your system primed and ready to go. Okay? Then, what other thing you can do on here, you can change over from leisure battery to your vehicle battery. So say, for some bizarre reason, you flatten your battery in here, you've got no life, you can plug into your car and run off your car battery. But just watch that, because obviously if you flatten your car battery,
Flatten your
you're
car.
stuck where you are. Unless you like it there, then yeah, fair enough, flatten it and stay where you are.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's as complicated as that panel gets.
Right.
Happy?
Yeah.
Lovely. Right. We'll see
So
you-
that water one is for the heating as well.
No, that's just your water pump.
Sorry, turn my heating on.
Yeah.
Oh. So we're on that
So-
now.
Chill out.
This is the one that's a little bit more, but it is so simple. So, at the minute on this screen, all it's showing us, you see the black plug in the top corner there? That's just letting us know we're running on mains electric. So if you switch that orange light off on the consumer unit, that black plug won't be there. So it means it's running on the 12 volt. So when you're plugged into mains, you want to make sure you can see that black plug. Okay? And then it's just telling us the temperature below. It's saying it's 23.5 degrees. Okay? Now, if I press menu, it wakes up the screen for us. Top one is the thermostat for your central heating. Exactly the same as you've got it at home. All you do is plus and minus your thermostat to whatever level you want your heating to come on. So say you've got it at 19 degrees, when the van drops down to 19, the heating system will automatically kick in and heat the van up for you. And as I say, how it works is all down the backs of here, all the way around the van. It's like the van's a giant radiator, so when it heats up, it
see,
heats up all the van all the way around. Okay, and all your heat will come bellowing up through there. And I promise you now, you will never ever be cold in this van. You'll be opening a window before you're putting a jumper on.
Right, lovely.
And that's a promise, that is. Okay? So, next one down is for your hot water. Now, in some of the older caravans, if you switched on your hot water boiler without having any water present, it'll burn your element out, like boiling the kettle with no water.
Yeah.
But in these more modern ones, there's a sensor in there, it will not heat up until there's water present. So it doesn't matter if you have this switched on, even if you've got no water in your system, that hot water tank will only heat up when you've got water in your system. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
But as soon as you switch it on, that hot water already comes on automatically. All you can do on your hot water is plus it again. When the bar's fully black, it means you're on water boost. What that means is it shut off your central heating and put all its power into that water boiler. So it just means it will reheat that 10 litres of water quicker for you. So say if the young lady's been in the shower and nicked all the hot water, what you can do is come out here, turn that water boost mode on, and it'll just speed up the time that that tank will reheat for you. Because once you've used that 10 litres of hot water, it'll just run cold until you leave it and give it some time to reheat the tank. Okay? Look at that look on her face. Honestly, I'm not going to nick all the hot water.
This isn't the one we got to worry about.
Isn't
It's
it?
the other one, 45 minutes at a time.
Woo! I
Yeah.
reckon you're lucky if you can get a 25-minute shower, and that's pushing it, that is.
Wow.
They're more like 10-minute showers.
Well, she won't be in here that often then.
But when you come and
Can't
see
have a
our lovely
shower.
Love to Stay up there, you'll see the showers are fantastic up there.
Oh.
Yeah. All touch sensitive. No buttons, no taps,
You'll have to
no
come
nothing.
with us on that. We're having
You will?
a night up at the, you know, where they've got the site here. He said it's absolutely fantastic up
Where's
there.
that?
Love to Stay, our new caravan park just round the corner here.
He said it's lovely.
All right.
You'll have to come with us.
Yeah,
The night
get
we
it booked
stay.
in. Get it booked in. So I'll just show you the rest of it. So top one, thermostat central heating. Second one down, hot water. But remember, if you're on boost mode, you need to turn it back down, otherwise it overrides your central heating. Okay, got that?
That's Steve.
Yeah. Then below we got your power select. So that's electric. So that's electric off. It will run on 1 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts, or 3 kilowatts. And then also it will run on, that's gas off and gas on. Now, as you see at the minute, I've got it running on 3 kilowatts of electric and gas at the same time. So that's maximum output for your heating system.
Go on YouTube.
It'll work perfectly well on 1 kilowatts, but all it is, it'll take longer to get to temperature, if you get what I mean. So if you're on a decent site like ours up there, 16 amps, you can throw all the power you like in it. But say if you're on a farmer's field where he's only got a 10 or 6 amp supply, you may have to just knock the electric down and rely on the gas a bit more.
Right.
Okay, but you can run it on either just electric or you can run it on just gas.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter either or. Okay, but I mean most people will just run it on electric, and maybe
Well, these
two or
singles.
2 or 3 really is about the average. Really, it all depends on how much heating you want.
The bathroom.
Okay, now that's the basics of your heating system. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah, happy with that? So I'll just skip through the rest of it. I press the little spanner now, brings up the rest of the menus. All I'll do is I'll just breeze through this because I don't want to overload you with useless information as such. So first one is just clock setting the time and date. The little moon symbol is just like a delay, is a night timer. So if you like it colder when you're in bed, you can program the system so every night, say 10 o'clock, knocks your heating down to 15 degrees, say, or something. Okay. The hourglass one at the end there is a delayed start timer. So if you've got it on your drive at home in the winter and you want to keep it warm or keep it dry as such, you can set a one-off timer. So once a week, say on a Monday, your heating system switches on, runs for 24 hours and then shuts off.
Oh, that's
So
good.
it just helps keeps the damp out of your van
yeah.
for you. We've then got the little symbol there, the round with the circles, turns your heating from thermostat to constantly on. Now, if you want to know what boiling a bag rice feels like, put it onto constant because that heating system will just get hot and stay there. You'll be sweltering. The A next to it is the pump. That's just what power source it looks for. It's automatically on auto, so I'll just leave it. There's no point playing with that one. The same as pump levels. Again, it's a feature that they put on this unit, but they lost it next year. So don't worry about it. It virtually does nothing as such. We've then got winter gas is the one with the little tank there. Again, it's a feature that they put on this year's model and it disappeared on the next one. It's got no use whatsoever, so don't worry about that one. The only quite good one is this little bacterial one here. Now what this is a feature on your onboard hot water tank. And what it does, in the middle of the night, it'll heat up that tank to sterilise it for you as such. So it means that when you wake up in the morning, that tank's nice and sterile. Okay? Well, I'll just leave that off for now. Next one across is offset your thermostat. So that's if you've got another thermometer in here and they're different, you can match this one so they read the same. Then last one down, we've then got key beep if you want it not to beep every time. The sunshine is the brightness of the screen. Language if you want to speak French or German to it. Key lock, so if you do want to lock the screen. External is where you can get like a mobile phone device added to it, so you can communicate via the internet, a bit like Hive sort of thing. But you have to,
It's extra in it.
yeah. Then amp. Now the amps, this is quite a good one. As I've said again, if you go to a farmer's field, you may find you'll get either a 6 or a 10 amp supply. What you can do is set an amp limit in here. So say you're on a 10 amp, you can set a 10 amp limit. And what it will do is, if it senses, say you switch the kettle on, and you're asking for a lot of electric, what it'll do, it'll switch your heating system off. In that period your kettle's boiling. When your kettle's finished boiling, it'll switch your boiler back on. But it's not foolproof. If you've got, I don't know, hair straighteners going, a hairdryer in the back, you've got the microwave on, you can still overload the system as such. It'll do its best to control it internally rather than you tripping on the post outside. Okay. I'll just turn it back off. And that's the last one. So service, quite self-explanatory. It'll come up with any codes or faults or anything if there is anything. Reset is just the good old thing, same as anything electric nowadays. If it's not doing what it's told, reset it. Same as unplugging your Sky at home. And then again, translator is something that they put on this year's model and it vanished on the rest. So again, it's got absolutely no use whatsoever. Okay, but my main thing on this one. Yes, they are. Sorry, they're in my desk drawer because Nick was with customers. Sorry, mate. So that's the basics. So as long as you've got the hang of that, I'm more than happy.
Yeah.
Confident with that?
Yeah.
That's it. Fantastic. Right. So now we'll just get on to the basics of the caravan.